Welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I'm Danielle D, or Coach Danni D, and I help women to create luxury brands by creating processes and tightening their branding. This is where we talk about how to build your business in a way that allows you to work with ease and enjoy your life. My happy space is spending as much time as humanly possible in my pajamas. And I want to help others to find their happy space while still running profitable businesses. So get comfortable and let's dig in. Hello and welcome to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I am your host, Coach Danny D, always here helping women, professionals, and small business owners to find their space of work life balance, to find their personal success stories and live them out. So, today I wanted to talk to you about the idea of being present. So, those of you who know me personally or follow me on social media platforms know that this week was my son's graduation. So my son graduated from high school, so we are super excited about that, and all of the events and festivities attached to that. But I had a moment where I had two things going on in similar time space. So we have this big order we do every year. It's one of the it's probably one of the biggest orders that we do each year, and it fell on the same day as my son's baccalaureate brunch. And I didn't realize that when I booked it, and so I'm looking at the calendar, and it was scheduled for the afternoon. His brunch was in the morning. But then, lo and behold, a few days before the event, I get a notice saying that the event is an earlier time, which wasn't too shocking to me because normally it is an earlier time, right? So again, the nervousness comes in about that. And the reason why I'm sharing that is because it speaks to the concept of presence. So several years ago, my word of the year was present. And each year I pick a word and I try to stick with that theme and focus on being more of that thing throughout the year. So this might have been like 2 or 3 years ago. My word was presence. And it was, just realizing that a lot of times we are in spaces, we are in situations, often situations that we have longed for, prayed for, wished for, and we're not enjoying them. Or we are physically in proximity to people, but we're not connecting. We're not making moments or making memories. And a big reason is because we are so concerned with what's happening next. So we are so concerned with, okay, after this, then this, then this, then this. And so our mind is always in the future and we're not enjoying the right now. And what I learned through the process of practicing presence is the journey is much more important than the destination. Yes, I want to get to XYZ. Yes, we all want to live out our success story, but your success story should be unique to you, and it includes certain parts and pieces that are important to you. And if you are not allowing yourself to enjoy those things, then what's the point? So I've been, practicing presence for a while. And, of course, there are times where you're going to fall out of sync with that and realize, wait, hold up, I'm not there. But having those two things so closely scheduled definitely put me in a position where I wasn't fully present because I was there, but I was thinking about, okay, they need to wrap this up because I got to get to this other space and thinking about that timeline. And so while I was there and, emotional about, this being one of the last events for my son at his school, I wasn't fully there. And I know that I'm not the only one that experiences that. So I want to, put that out there, a call to you to be present. And that was one extreme. The other side of that equation that I'm, actually very proud of myself, I normally, you know, cook everything from scratch, all, whatever for events. And, because I run an events business, when we have events, it's also turning the house back into a house and not a business. And after doing all of that, it's hard for me to be present when we entertain sometimes because I'm tired at that point. I'm tired, right? But I made a decision. I wanted to be present for this. I wanted to be um, present for him and his event. I had family coming in that I hadn't seen in a while, so I wanted to be present for that as well. And so I either had, things catered or delivered or what have you, everything to make things easier so that I could be more present for the things that matter. So, the two things that I want to impress upon you, one, focus on being present because when you're asked about your why, nine times out of 10, family's going to come up. Excuse me, peace, all of these different things are going to come up, right? Maybe travel, maybe um, time freedom. All these things may come up when you were asked about your why. But if you are not taking advantage of those things when they're in front of you, then are they really your why? So let's focus on being present, being there, and not just for the things that are our why, also in our businesses, being present when you are where you are, when you're dealing with your clients as well, because that's going to create a better relationship. That's going to build your business to where, excuse me, to where you are in a position to really grow. You're in a position to really um, make deep connections with your clients because they feel like you're there. They feel like they're not just a transaction. They feel like they matter to you when you're present for them in the moment. And a lot of times that means like, if I'm on a job and I get another, phone call or something else happens, I I have to focus on what's in front of me right now. That person has paid for my time. And so when I'm done with them, I can look into the next thing, right? So that's one thing. I want you to just start practicing presence in all areas of your life and see how much more fulfilled, much more happy, joyous, connected you feel. So that's one piece of it. The other piece of it is being selective about where you put your time. So, one thing that I've learned in the process of being present is that I can't be present if my schedule is set up in a way that I have to be thinking about every second, every moment, because every moment, every second is accounted for in a way that I don't have wiggle room, right? So it changes how you schedule things. It changes how you move. It changes, like I couldn't be fully present if I was worried about um cooking this meal and doing these things that was taken away from me being present in the moment. And so I had to make different decisions. we have to start making different decisions. Sometimes we're not present for our family, for our clients, for ourselves because we're bogging ourselves down in things that other people could be doing, that we could be delegating, that we could be paying for that convenience that we maybe don't even need to do at all. Maybe it's just busy work. So be mindful of how you are scheduling your time so that you can be present, so that you don't feel like, because I've gone to events and you're talking to somebody, you're having a great conversation, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, I got that appointment in 10 minutes, I gotta leave. Um, I don't like being rushed anymore. That was, a side effect of being present. I don't like putting myself in a position where I'm rushed. And so it has then changed how I view and schedule my time. So again, presence, I want y'all to focus on it. I want you to focus on how you're scheduling yourself and your time. I would be remiss if I didn't share the calendar detox challenge that's coming up starting on June 1st. That is the perfect place to start assessing and making those difficult decisions about what needs to stay and what needs to go so that you can really focus in on the things that matter, the things that are going to get you closer to your success story. So that's pretty much what is done in that challenge is looking at what do I say matters to me and how is it showing up in my day-to-day life and what stuff do I need to release so that I can be better, more productive, more, engaged, more connected, more fulfilled. So I will have the link to that in the show notes. Get in there. If you go to the link, read some of the success stories, read some of the breakthroughs that have happened in that program. Absolutely amazing. I actually go back through that program periodically just to refresh when I'm starting to feel like things are creeping in that don't really match up with where I'm at. So make sure that you're signed up. I want you to get that benefit. I want you to start feeling less overwhelmed and feel more fulfilled, feel more accomplished. Sometimes you're not feeling accomplished because you are not focused on the things that matter the most. You're not feeling accomplished because you have busy work built in that does not need to be there, or you have that guilt from not being able to say no. That's a big one to overcome, not being able to say no, feeling like you're letting people down, feeling like you have to do all things and be all places. So that is the place you need to be to end that, to put that to rest so that you can move forward guilt free, more focused on where you're going and start getting there faster because some of what is slowing you down is the distractions. So that's what I have for you today. Um, I hope y'all have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. If you have any, excuse me, if you have any graduates, congratulations to you and the graduates, or if you are a graduate, congratulations as well. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you for listening to the Profits in Pajamas podcast. I hope you got some great tips to start working with ease. Want to stay connected? Follow me at Your Workflow on Instagram. For more information about building your luxury brand, register for my upcoming luxury brand workshop at CoachDanniD.com.